Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into Coach and Company. As always, we are live on the Stadium Network and everywhere that you find Stadium, Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV. The list goes on and on. We are available in over 100 million homes. Now, quickly, before we look forward to the next 60 minutes, we must look back. And a solid day at the brand. What's our motto? We just want to win more than we lose. And we did that yesterday, a nice little 5-3 day. And as always, our man, Big Chuck, doing work, leading the charge with our cappers. Now, a very, very busy day at the brand. As you guys know, not only is it an F day, with our F Day rants coming up in a matter of moments, but coming up tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern time, in our regular time slot for the very first time, it is the Coach and Bro Show. Me and Vince Russo tackle the biggest topics in all of pro wrestling. And then if you don't stay up late, but you're an early riser, you can catch the show at 6 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday morning. Also, we have a great giveaway that we are doing currently. And if you want to enter into this, a BTT-inspired Demerbox Bluetooth speaker. It is the most hardcore speaker on planet Earth from the minds of the great Zach Brown of the Zach Brown Band. We're going to run this for another week or so. Sign up there, and somebody, I'm not going to keep it, somebody's going to get this thing in the next few weeks. All right, I believe that is all the housekeeping that we need to do, because we got to get back to our winning ways. Do you hear that? You're damn right. The company's ready to come in. It's time to beat the books. Look who I have today. Are you kidding me with these three? Seriously? On an F day? These three? Let's start and say good morning to our numbers guy for a reason. Good morning, Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. We had a great Monday. Swept the board on Monday. We're going sweeping again today.
And you know, when Wednesdays roll around, you can just hear that venom start to come out of the Northeast. Please say good morning to our man, over 32 years inside the WWE, now one of the great cappers in America today, Big Tommy C. Good morning, sir.
What's up, Coach? What's up, fellas? On this glorious Wednesday, he is Diaz, if you know what I'm talking about in the wrestling business.
If you know, you know.
That's right.
I haven't talked kayfabe for a while.
Yeah.
Little Carney. All right, finally.
Carney.
If you guys follow Stadium and all of the changes that they're making on all of their apps and their websites and all that kind of stuff, we're leading the charge. And my man right here is leading it. First of every month, we're going to have a little Stadium Eat. Good morning to Seabass. What was our first episode this week, sir?
Morning, Coach. Morning, company. We did, the Dodger dog, the iconic Dodger dogs. I'm doing some hot dogs about different stadiums in MLB, and we're going to be I'm going to post them once a month. It started off really well. We got 11,000 views on just a Dodger dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's what it's all about, baby. It's what it's all about. Stadium's very happy, so I'm working with them daily. We got to find our own spot on their website as they change it all. Don't worry about it. Seabass, we got you. We got you. All right, gentlemen, we got to get back to it. It is a busy day here at the brand. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll have our F-Day rants coming up in 30 minutes. Little potpourri. How did Tom Thibodeau get fired in New York? Also, we've got the Stanley Cup final starting tonight. Where is baby Marky Model going today with his future? That coming up in about 45 minutes from right now. But, Raphael, you said you swept the board on Monday. That means you earn it big time today. Where are we starting?
Starting the first one with baseball. My Chicago Cubs. That's right, my Cubs. No one else's Cubs, mine. The Cubs team total over 4.5 at -110. This Cubs offense continues to push runs over the plate, even though they're not even hitting a long ball, just playing small ball. Stolen bases, walks. The Cubs are averaging 5.8 runs per game. That's tied with the Dodgers in baseball. Their last two games, they've outscored their opponents 15-6. I'll take the over 4.5 today at the Cubs team total. And I got a great special baseball prop for this one. MLB, road team runs to have more runs than the home team runs. That's right. You can bet on this one. I used to do this at MGM in 1999 and 2000. Really like this one today because the road team won yesterday 73-53. And you're trying to tell me the Cubs are in Miami and the Twins are still playing in that Little League ballpark in Sacramento? I'm going to take the road team runs today only at -120.
The road team. Did you just bring up a bet that you guys used to make 26 years ago?
Yes, we did. I did, and we used to do runs, hits, and errors for each game as well back in the day.
Very back in the day. Oh no! Oh no! See what happens? We're starting to flow just a little bit. Things are feeling good, and it's almost like this man has a sixth sense when I am coming to Seabass, who is starting to absolutely go insane with this rivalry between young Peyton and Big Soupy. Seabass, you're coming up next, but I'm going to need your reaction. I just got a text from Big Soupy, who I just looked before the show, won the prize fight yesterday. So I can only imagine, as we watch this together, what this is. Producer man, whatever this is, roll this, please.
Salad boy, last week you had the world in the palm of your hands. You beat me in the prize fight, and you got to host the show. But you have the momentum of a bicycle with rusted chains because that winning streak is over at 1. How embarrassing is it that the Colorado Rockies have a longer winning streak than you? Oh, so sorry. See you next week.
I'll actually give him credit for that one. Seabass, though, this comes down to you, our resident curmudgeon. Good? Not good.
It's better. He lost me with the momentum of a bike with a rusty chain. There's so many other ways that you could have gone to slow down momentum of a bicycle. Rusty chain wasn't, and I just can't get. Yeah. Next.
He's trying not to wake up the baby.
He's trying not to wake up the baby because both of you are 62-year-old men with baby at home. But did you notice the production value, the editing that Soupy put into that? Taking Peyton's video, that's next level kind of stuff right there. That's usually reserved for producer man, but Soupy's stepping it up.
It's good.
All right. So Seabass, after that, such rude interruption. You're up next. What is our best bets today?
It's not the Colorado Rockies winning more than 8. But we are going to stick in baseball. We're going to take the Oakland A's first half team total over 2.5 runs today. They've gone over this in 7 of their last 10, 4 of their last 5. They're playing in that minor league, little league ballpark. But Zebby Matthews on the mound for the Twins today in 3 starts. He's got a 6.43 ERA, and he's given up runs of 4, 2, and 4 in those 3 starts. So I like Oakland, first 5 innings over 2.5. And then we switch over to the San Francisco Giants on the road in San Diego today. We're going to take their full game team total under 3.5, under in 9 of their last 10. Both games in this series so far, but even better, they're going up against Nick Pivetta, 2.75 ERA, and he's got a 1.69 ERA at home. Plus, that's San Diego bullpen is number 3 in ERA. So I don't see San Francisco putting up a lot of runs today. We'll take them under the 3.5.
Wow. The man starts his own segment on Stadium, and all of a sudden he's got all these stats, all this homework. Who are you?
Trying to be prepared so I can make other videos too.
We don't even want to know what those videos are, sir. Please, back on track. Now, Mr. Tommy, I can always count on you on a Wednesday to come in strong with an under. What are we doing? Explain yourself.
Hey, I'm jumping right on the NBA Finals tomorrow night. It's the Thunder and the Pacers under the total points of 231 minus 108. And a big Tommy fun fact for you, Coach and the boys. Each of the last 8 NBA home games have gone under the total points. And I expect this game to go under because I think these guys are going to feel each other out tomorrow night. And it should be a good series with 2 great teams that are playing. And I think it's going to be a really good NBA Finals.
Wait a second. So your fun fact was the last 8 NBA Finals games?
Home games are under the total points.
All right, Tommy, I hate to call you out here, but every game is a home game for somebody.
Yeah, and the Thunder's home.
Oh, you said Thunder. That's the part I missed. Okay,
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah.
The last 8 Thunder home games. Okay.
Yes.
That's a big part of the sentence that I actually missed.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, Jonathan, pay attention. Well done. Nice fun fact, Tommy. A nice, if producer man really cared about you, what's that shaking? You just shake your head like you just found yourself something over there. Come on. Come on. Producer
penguin
man's
shake.
behind.
Little
Producer
penguin
man's like, what can I do with the fun facts? What'd you say there, Rafi?
A little penguin shake.
I know that was kind of a penguin shake. All right, boys. You guys have done a phenomenal job, but you're not the only ones. I did get another text this morning, and Big Chuck is always taking care of everybody, and he's got this Nations League. We're going deep on the pitch today. Germany and Portugal. Portugal over 4.5 corners. He says the Portuguese comes in averaging 5.8 corners per match during international play. Only needing 5 corners is a discount. Big Chuck, thank you very much for always participating even when you're not on the show. Now, we have another partnership here in Coaching Company we're very, very proud of. JTS, Just the Stats Sports, is absolutely destroying the numbers game. And it's a good day or a good week when our man's coming in like he's on vacation in Jamaica, man. Mark, what the hell is going on with the hat today?
What are you talking about, Coach?
Oh, my God.
Seabass. When you look good, you feel good, you win big.
God. Oh, my God. Just because you're winning like 73% of the time in baseball in several different ways, don't walk in here like you're doing something.
The NBA model nailed everything in the last series.
Quit
NHL
bragging.
model is on fire.
Quit bragging.
I'm
Nobody
get you
wants
a
to
hat,
know
Coach.
how great it is.
Coach, I'm going to get you a hat.
All right. What? Okay, we're over 70% on everything. As if that's good in the world of sports betting. We get it. What's our JTS play of the day?
Well, we're going to look to go back-to-back because we cashed last night's. And we're going to do that by targeting St. Louis pitcher Miles Mikolas to throw at least one walk. This man has issued at least one free pass in 9 of his last 11 starts, and he's done it in every single home game this season, where he's averaging 2 walks per start. That's a control issue that's not going away tonight. We're going to pair that with New York Yankee slugger Paul Goldschmidt to get at least one hit. Goldie's hitting again, and we're going to ride that streak. He's recorded a hit in 8 of his last 10 games. 3 of his last 4 against Cleveland. He's averaging 1.5 hits per game. He's a hitter who loves certain matchups, and this is one of them. Both trends are sharp. Both guys are in form, and when you put them both together, that's a plus 120. Just Stat Sports play of the day.
Absolutely love it. If you want to be a part of everything that we're doing over at JTS, there is the QR code. Our code to use, BTT30. You say, why, Coach? Why would I need that? Because we're going to do you a solid, a big-time solid. 30 days for free. You can check out all of the numbers, the algorithms, the cappers, all of it. And we're all going to grow together. But your first 30 days is going to be on us because that's simply what we do in the month of June. All right, gentlemen, as we head into the rest of the hour, what a great day. Big Tommy, real quick. Coach and Bro is tonight, and we talk about stars. There's no substitute for star power. You've been all over the wrestling world, and we have wrestling here. Are you surprised with the lack of star power right now and the lack of star power in the NBA Finals tonight? I saw a lot of comparisons to it.
I am a little bit surprised, Coach. With Coach and Bro coming on with 2 great hosts, by the way, the Coach and Vinny Rue, my boy, my Italian Paisan guy, who tell it like it is. And there's a lot of stuff going on, but there's really not a lot of stuff going on. Am I right, Coach, or not?
That's exactly
the star
right.
power is just not there anymore, and I don't know what's going on with it, man. It's very confusing. It's very hard to watch SmackDown. It's very hard to watch Raw now,
but it makes for great content for us.
Yes,
it really is. All right,
it's very confusing.
For those of you watching on YouTube, stick and stay. We've got a great BTT conversation there, and also on the other side, you guys know it's a Wednesday. That means it's an F day. That means it's rants. Coming up next, Coach and Company right here on Stadium. I get everything NIL at Coach and Company. Let's talk about your convention because this is 2.0. So you made it through year 1, and now you're going to year 2. You've got some really cool partnerships in place. What's been the biggest difference going from just getting it off the ground to now legit year number 2?
I'm honestly honored with how much it picked up steam. To be honest, I feel like I wish I would have bet on myself and bought a bigger convention ballroom because I had to cap this thing out. I didn't even post about general
Wow.
admission tickets, and I'm sold out of tickets. I had athletes calling me at midnight when I was closing out the roster, booking their own flights, paying for it, paying me money for food. And these are athletes. Like, my biggest model is I don't charge the athletes, and I'm always the biggest advocate of they don't even have money to spend, and just to reserve their spot. I have a wait list of 150 D1 collegiate athletes on my wait list that I couldn't even get to this year. So the response has just been incredible. I'm so excited for this year, and it's such a good mix of top athlete content creators that have 700,000 followers all the way down to athletes that, are really hungry and just trying to get started, and, the brands that are involved. It's just very exciting. So I'm pumped.
I'm used to wrestling conventions, and wrestling
Okay.
conventions, you have booths, and then you have people attend and you're talking. Is this a scenario where, let's use Marriott, for example, and you give them a booth and then all these athletes come through and they're getting to meet them face to face and maybe even sign NIL deals on the spot? Or do I have that completely
You
messed
have
up?
it right. So the breakdown is there's hands-on content creation workshops. So TikTok and Snapchat and Meta and I get up there and actually teach these athletes hands-on tools on how to monetize their brand. And then there's booths and vendors open. They get to network and meet them all weekend. Last year, I had athletes land full-time jobs after meeting brands for the first time in the room. It's been incredible.
Wow. Oh, and you can see the entire interview with Sam Green on our Coaching Company YouTube channel. Athlete Con. She is the foremost authority. You do not want to miss this sit down. So thank you to her for her time. We are back live on the Stadium Network in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach. This is Coaching Company. We are live on the Stadium Network. If you would like your voice to be heard, you can log in on our YouTube channel, and you can get your name on national TV via a super sticker or a really good comment. Now, I need all the boys up on screen, producer man, before we get to our next segment, because we got an update for my man Raphael. We had that Germany play right before the break, and you have an update on tickets on Germany, yes?
Yeah, everyone's betting the over. It was 2.5 pretty much for a whole week. And then starting late last night and this morning, six-figure bets have moved this to 3 now, or 3.5, depending on which shop you look at. I think BetMGM now has 3.5. So everyone thinks we're going to see a lot of goals. I think so. I think Germany wins like 3-1. So 2.5 to 3.5. What a big move.
It's all about stacking that cash. We don't care what the sport is. We just care that it cashes. By the way, I just got a text. Big Chuck, our resident hottest soccer cap in the world, he will be on weekday wagers today with Mark and DG at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Live day baseball betting and, of course, all the soccer that you want today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. All right. It is that time of the week. I look forward to it. My boys look forward to it. But not everybody makes it. But today, everybody did make it. You got to come strong. We're even letting Mark do it today. Oh, Howie Schwab, we miss you. Tip of the cap. It's an F day.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first F day. Welcome to the first F day. Pardon me.
All right, understand this. I've got Vince Russo on speed dial if any of these suck. All right? We're going to start grading these from now. I'm going to be a hard grader, dude, going forward. All right. So, Tommy, you live in the neck of the woods where everybody can't believe what just happened yesterday as the Knicks, who went to the Eastern Conference Finals, fire their head coach, Tom Thibodeau. But why? So, Tommy, what are you ranting on today?
All right, Coach, I'm ranting today. I'm sitting in my backyard yesterday. It's beautiful out, and I hear Tibbs gets fired on WFAN, and all the knucklehead Knick fans start calling up saying, oh, my God, what happened here? We want Jay Wright now. We want this one. And then the subject came up of the Greek Freak and Towns. What about a trade for them? And all the knucklehead Knick fans said, oh, there's no way I would make that trade. I would make that trade in a New York second. Dumping Towns for the Greek Freak top 10 guy. Could you imagine if Brunson is feeding the Greek Freak in Madison Square Garden? The place will go nuts. These Knicks fans are delusional. They think their team is really better than what they are. They are not. They need a lot of help. Their bench is horrible, and getting Greek Freak could put them over because the Celtics don't have Tatum next year, and the East is wide open. Hey, knuckleheads, if you get a chance to get the Greek Freak, you get them.
Ones that went Knicks in 4. Knicks. Oh, wait. The game wasn't over yet. That's right. Knicks in 4. God, if you're the fan, you're eating this up. You're like, just give me more of this. Oh, content for days.
Yes.
Tommy, not bad. All right, Raphael, I'm looking at my notes, and right now, one of the hottest things to bet on in the country, it's gone viral, is these 8 prisoners who escaped, who one by one has been getting caught. What are you ranting on today?
I'm giving a prison gambling update. There's 2 guys left. That's right, 2 guys left. I had the over under 5.5 by the end of last month. And there's 2 guys left. So do the math. If you had the under, you cash. But one guy I want to talk personally. I know he's watching. Antoine Massey. He's a big fan of us. He's one of the prison people that are still out there. He dropped a video on Instagram yesterday, like he's Tupac dropping a new single, saying that he's innocent, saying that it wasn't him, saying his girlfriend did something else, say the prisoners were treating him bad, and he didn't really escape. He just walked out the door. Really? Is that what you're doing? So what did I do last night? I put odds on his next Instagram video. Yes, you can bet at 2-1 that he'll do a video in the French Quarter. You can bet 5-1 that he'll be fishing in Lake Pontchartrain. So of course I put odds out. And feds, they're all for jokes.
That's one of your best rants ever. You said 2-1 that he'll do a video in the French Quarter.
Yes.
Can you imagine? He's just kicking it outside Rafi's house. Hey, big dog, cash that ticket.
That's probably why the feds called Rafi.
That would be hilarious. All right, Rafi, much better than Tommy. I'll say that. Much better.
I'm good for next week then. Yeah.
Well, I didn't go that far. I just said you're better than Tommy. Let's not run with that. All right. Now, these 2 are teetering very, very much so. Seabass, what are you ranting on today?
Coach, I'm ranting on people in general because, excuse me, that's just what I do. But I'm understanding now why athletes tend to get frustrated with fans who think that they can do whatever they want. Just because you bought a ticket to the venue doesn't mean you get to make your own rules. That also goes for life in general. And restaurants. Yes, you came to visit my restaurant. That doesn't mean you get to decide where you're going to sit, what you're going to do, and how you're going to do it. We have a policy that if your party is bigger than 14, excuse me, you need to go through our events department because you're going to take up multiple tables. I need to make sure that you're actually going to spend money to take up all those tables. So when you try and circumvent the system and you make 6 different reservations, I'm going to sit you at 6 different tables. No, you can't sit all next to each other because you want to look at each other. The 7 top over there, they don't even want you over there because I asked them if I put you at this table. They said, no, we just want our 7. They're separate. So they don't even like you. I just need you to understand, here's how it's done.
I feel like we're your therapy after a bad night at the restaurant.
Yes, it is. You got to get it out. You can't hold it in.
Well, clearly. Rafi, you haven't lost your spot. All right, now, big Mark over there, all feeling good about himself. Oh, coach has let me in the rants today. We'll see for how long. Mark, what are you ranting on today?
Coach, as I was watching my baseball games last night, I got to be honest with you. I don't know what's more disturbing. As I'm watching the Yankee game, there's a fan that physically reached into Aaron Judge's glove like he's picking apples to steal a baseball, or the fact that the White Sox and the Rockies both won yesterday. I mean, seriously, what the hell is happening? I get that people pay good money to sit near the field. They want that experience. And instead of staying in your lane, you try to steal an out from the team that you're there to cheer for. That's not fan engagement. That's baseball burglary. And yes, the umpires got the call right, but damn it, you're a grown man acting like a little kid. Be better. As for the Rockies and White Sox, they should never, and I do mean never, be allowed to win on the same day. This breaks some kind of cosmic rule. It's like the baseball gods are trolling us, and they flip the script just to mess with the model. Everybody, fans and baseball gods alike, keep your hands to yourself and put those teams back into the loss column where they belong?
I don't know. I thought if you would have stopped right when you said they had no chance to win, or they shouldn't have won on the same day, you might have been good enough to be here next week. I don't know, though. I don't know. Right now, I feel like it's one. Maybe two. Well, it's going to be two right now because you guys know I'm the king of rants. Producer man, give me that one shot. You know what I'm ranting on today. I've gone viral multiple times this week. It's simply what I do. But wrestling Twitter, you guys need to be better. Now, I get it. You're making Coach and Bro one of the fastest growing sports and wrestling shows in America today. We're on Stadium every single Wednesday night. I get how great we are. But if you're going to take a quote from your boy and you're going to put it up on every single wrestling website, get it right. Every single story I break, that I'm right, by the way, Coach is an idiot for about a week until I'm not. The latest one is R-Truth, very popular, almost 20 years in the WWE. What did I say? I simply said somebody reached out, let me know. He got offered a contract, turned it down because it was a low-ball offer, and he is leaving. That's all I said. Does that change anybody's lives? The answer is no. But yet, on every wrestling website, Coach is an idiot. He doesn't know. He's speculating. But yet, nobody has stepped up to say anything after 2 days. That's when you know you have good information. But we're not here at Coach and Company and Coach and Bro Show to break news. We're just here to have a discussion. So, Tommy Carlucci, let me bring you back in. Have I gone out of bounds? Have I been wrong yet with any of my wrestling takes? Yes or no?
You've been on point from everything from Jade and Bianca to where we're talking about right now with R-Truth. So,
you mean when I said that
right
Jade and Bianca hated each other and they were going to get broken up? Everybody said you're an idiot? Oh, yeah. They got broken up, didn't they?
Yes.
And they haven't spoken to each other since, have they?
Right.
Right.
A lot of heat.
Boom.
A lot of heat.
Boom. Now, I take the smoke mark for this brand. I step out front for this brand. That's how you take it. Not wearing some little dipsy hat on the show and think I'm going to talk about the Rockies and the White Sox. What the hell is that, Seabass? Is that what school is that?
That's the Cardinals.
That's the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I can't see. My screen is really because I have to read all of the St. Louis Cardinals. I got you. Okay. St. Louis Cardinals. Are we bragging about Raphael? Are they special this year? Are the Cardinals special?
They're not special in my eyes any year because we're supposed to hate the Cardinals Cub fans. So they're not special in my eyes never.
What's that highway that goes straight from St. Louis to Chicago? We used to drive it all the time. What is it?
The road to hell.
The road to hell. Very true. Very true. Well, I'm a Royals fan, and we just brought up our big hitter yesterday. We're ready to go. We're ready to put the pedal down. Does that change any futures, Raphael, for us in baseball?
No, because your bullpen still stinks.
Tell me how you really feel. How about over at JTS, the model thrown off by Joe Kaggs getting called up?
No, especially when he went 0 for 4 last night.
Yeah.
Go ahead and laugh, Seabass. Go ahead and laugh. Get it out of your system.
That was a great
Good
movie,
Lord, it's like the band of Misfits toys around here. And then there's Big Tommy right there, smack dab in the middle of the screen. He's almost. I think the new nickname for Tommy, he's got to be the Godfather. He's like the Godfather of the show.
Yeah,
like nobody messes with Tommy. Nobody, he's straight from the Northeast. The accent, the whole. and the wife. When you got the wife behind you like Tommy does, we need to have her do a rant Wednesday. That's what we really need.
Oh yeah!
Holy criminy!
Yeah,
we do a rant Wednesday, please.
Oh my God!
You guys don't even know.
No, but we want the camera on Tommy when she's giving it.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, you don't.
That's exactly right.
No,
All right,
you don't.
we're only halfway home. I love F Days. This is Coach and Company. We are live on Stadium. All right, you degenerates out there, we carry on our YouTube channel. Raphael, there's a lot of NFL news going on out there, but the Seahawks are scoffing, and that is the word scoffing, at the notion that Sam Darnold, after a bad OTA practice, isn't going to start this year. Is that how far we've come in the media, that a bad OTA practice with no pads on is going to cost you your starting job?
It doesn't surprise me because here in the United States, we dream, breathe everything NFL. So if you have a bad OTA, the world stops. So yes, it does not shock me because I'm hearing OTA rumors every day.
Tommy, this is a quarterback that I believe went 13-3 last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yet he's not going to start. He had a bad out pattern to his tight end.
It's the OTAs, guys. Wake up, huh? Could you imagine if they were at Giant Camp last year with Daniel Jones?
Oh, my
He would have
God.
never saw the field or anything like that. This is ridiculous. You just signed this guy. He went 13-3 with the Vikings, and he had a bad OTA, which means absolutely nothing. Ridiculous.
Seabass, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's giving very much Allen Iverson practice. We're talking about practice. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You can't. I mean, it's OTAs, guys. We're not even in June. We're just in June. The summer hasn't even started. It's not even really hot out yet. I mean, he did play for the Jets, and he was awful. He had one.
That's
good
true.
year. He did have one good year versus what, 3 horrific ones with the Jets.
I think so.
But
By the
still,
way,
it's
we have.
ridiculous.
I can't wait to see baby stadium meets. That's going to happen at some point. We have baby Marky Model coming up in about 16 minutes with a future pick on hockey. Can you imagine? Have you guys seen the baby Allen Iverson? Is my whole point of saying this. Have you seen the Allen Iverson practice baby video?
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, my. Imagine a baby Allen Iverson going practice. We're talking about practice. Oh, my God. It is next level. Not nearly as good as what Producer Man does for us. When they made all these AI models in these companies, there's a reason. I mean, Producer Man is way ahead of them. Way, way ahead of them. These are next level. What did you see Marky Model today? We're back in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Coach and Company here on the Stadium Network. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we're going to break down everything on Tibbs getting fired, on Game 1 tomorrow of the NBA Finals. But first, tonight, we're very proud here at BTT Studios that we have our second show, which airs on Stadium. It's the Coach and Bro Show. If you haven't checked us out before, I encourage you to do it now tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Here's a little snippet from that episode. To one of your top 4 stars of all time walking away from the business, and it's still not resonating. To me, that should be sounding alarm bells to everybody. Should it not?
Yeah, Coach. And the interesting thing is too, man, you talk about the blue collar. Coach, I say this, I tell people this all the time, man. I've had many jobs in my lifetime. The professional wrestler is a different animal. The psyche is different. The mindset is different. There is paranoia. There is so much involved in the psyche of a wrestler. And I'm sorry, you cannot treat these people like regular employees. You can't. And not only that, Coach, you know this because you worked with hundreds of them. You've got to treat each of them differently. They're looking at them as a wrestler. R-Truth is no different from The Miz. Miz is no different from Finn Balor. That's how they're looking at them, and you cannot treat wrestlers the same as you would any other employee.
And that is tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Time on the Stadium Network and everywhere that you find Stadium, Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, me and Vince Russo. Shout out to intern Dan for handling those editing opportunities. We got a lot of great people behind the scenes here. I'm super, super proud of them. All right, let's bring everybody back on because I got to discuss something here. Because you heard a lot in that little snippet from the Coach and Bro Show about how wrestlers are paranoid. And Tommy, 32 years, you dealt with them on the regular as well. Seabass, you've got people in the restaurant. Raphael, you've been dealing. Everybody's paranoid because you just never know when you could have your knees cut out from underneath you, like what happened yesterday. And Tommy, I'll start with you because you're in the New York City area with Tom Thibodeau. And as we break it down a little bit more, maybe there's more to it. You're hearing rumors about this is player driven, or Jim Dolan, who I wish daddy handed me a $3 billion company. And this is all him. But Tommy, the optics, when you fire your coach after 5 seasons and he took you farther than any other team in 25 years, the optics don't look good.
No, it doesn't look good at all. When it came out yesterday, that everybody was shocked about Tibbs getting fired, and we always thought he was a player's coach. And now it's coming out seeming like a lot of players were going against him. I know Brunson put his support up against him for keeping him as a coach, and now the talk on the fan is who's going to be the next coach. Is it going to be Jay Wright? There's a big talking of John Bryant, the assistant coach from the Cavs, coming aboard. A lot of talk who's going to be the next coach. I like Tibbs. I thought he was a great coach. He didn't use his bench right, but then again, he really didn't have a bench. He's a tough guy. I liked him. I was surprised he got let go yesterday.
And I'm so glad he brought up the odds, because that comes right over to the guy sitting right next to you. Raphael, what are the odds looking like for the next head coach of the Knicks?
Yeah, he mentioned it. Johnny Bryant, which was plus 2-1 yesterday. Now he's minus 110. And I think the Lakers and even Steve Kerr, I'll go back to them. I think it's changing how the NBA's look at head coaches, where they maybe want a player or a younger person, maybe not someone who has so much usage in the NBA coaching scene. So I think Johnny Bryant could be the new Knicks head coach. Everyone wants Stan Van Gundy, a name like that. Jay Wright, no way chance in hell that he's going to. But keep an eye out for Dan Hurley, though.
Wow, that's interesting. Seabass coming right over to you. Dan Hurley, to me, seems like a name that would fit if his heart could last for 82 games a year, because he coaches so hard all the time. Would you like a Dan Hurley in Madison Square Garden?
I'm not sure if I would like Dan Hurley. I think it's a name. I think New York needs to have a name. If they bring in somebody that doesn't have that name, I think it loses some of that luster. It's one of those jobs, coach of the New York Knicks, right? Coach of Notre Dame football. And Hurley, I don't know if he's got it in him. I think he likes UConn. I think he's doing very well with that program. I think he ends up staying there. But this seems to happen with Tibbs a lot. He's like the Dusty Baker of basketball. He wears down, like Dusty Baker, wears down those starting pitchers and just uses them, burns them out. And by the time they need them, when it's time to get to that championship, you're gassed. You got nothing left. So I think that's kind of where this decision came from.
Interesting connection I had to Tibbs. When my kids were infants and I was at ESPN, I took them to their kids' dentist office, and the secretary was sitting there and filling out the paperwork. She goes, "Oh, you work at ESPN?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh, you're on TV?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh, my brother is the coach of the Chicago Bulls." I said, "Who's your brother?" She goes, "Have you ever heard of Tom Thibodeau?" I said, "Your brother is Tom Thibodeau?" She said, "Yep." And she was the assistant at the dentist office years and years and years ago. All right, let's switch gears now, guys, and we got to talk about game one, because Raphael, I'm going to start with you, because the numbers always change, because you have 3 or 4 days to get ready, and series are also changing depending on who is bringing in the money. Kind of give me a rundown of what the numbers are looking like right now, as we're about 36 hours or so away from game number 1.
I'm glad you talked about the time frame, because last night I was on a show and I thought maybe we could see 232 as this total moves, because there's a couple of shops that had 231.5, and then I wake up from a 4-hour nap, seems like, from going to bed, and it's moved down where money came in all for those 4 hours, money coming under. So maybe to look and listen to Tommy and say, wow, we like the big Tommy's facts. We're going to bet the under. So I like the under at 231.5 if you can grab it. I think the public is going to look at rust, especially from the OKC side and their defense. I say under in game 1. And then the rest of the NBA Finals, I think it's going to be high scoring.
Tommy, you're moving lines right now?
See
is that what Raphael is telling us?
Yeah, I can move them, baby.
No doubt. Well, Tommy, based off of the line movement, rust is a real thing, because you come off several series where it's every other day. A couple of times you have 2 off, but most of the time you're playing you get in that rhythm, you get in that flow. So, Tommy, when you talk about even 3 or 4 days off and you have a Pacers team that was on such a high, which one do you think is going to be a bigger issue, rust or trying to get that emotion back up?
I think trying to get to the emotion back up, Coach, because you're on such a high that you just beat the New York Knicks or whatever the Thunder did there, in their series. I think it's trying to get that emotion up. The rust will come through. I mean, they'll play a game, and that's why I'm taking the under in the first game, because I think they're really going to feel each other out. They both have great benches. They have great starting fives. I really think this is going to be a really good series. I know it's not two big media market teams, but I think the basketball is going to be really good in this series.
It's a good, easy, lazy narrative, isn't it, guys? That most of the time you got the big media in New York and LA, and they want to say, oh, the NBA office is going to be pissed off. You got two markets outside of the top 30 in Oklahoma City and Indianapolis. I like to look at it from a fan perspective, and I'm really looking forward to this series. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be two fan bases that are just starving, Seabass, for an NBA championship. All seven, if we go seven, are going to be hyped. The crowds are going to be so into it. I'm really looking forward to this series. Put me, though, inside, Seabass, the NBA offices and their discussion when they said, all right, how do we promote this series and get the most out of it?
I think you've got to promote the stars in this one. SGA is, looking to be the next face of the NBA. I think he stole that away from Anthony Edwards in these playoffs. And then you've got Halliburton, snubbed from the Eastern Conference MVP, been the star for the Pacers. I think there's a lot of different ways you can look at it if you're focusing on these players specifically. But as time would say, I don't know that if you can't get up for the NBA Finals, I don't know that you can have an emotional down point at this particular moment. This is the NBA Finals. This is what you played all season for. If you can't get up for game one, what are you doing here?
There are a lot of bets at BetMGM and other places, Raphael, that it's kind of like betting the Super Bowl. We wouldn't necessarily promote it otherwise, but when you only got an NBA Finals left, maybe have a little bit of fun, such as you can bet on both teams to score in the first minute. You can bet on the player to score the first field goal, a lot of things like that. When you see those bets at the different sports books, from your perspective, what goes through your mind?
Creating all these prop bets when this happens because you get lost because there's so many bets on there. But the most popular bet in this series is the gentleman's sweep. OKC winning 4-1 at 2-1. That's probably one of the most popular bet in here. They think Pacers are going to win one game because we can all realize that OKC's defense is no joke. And I think that's why we could see the gentleman's sweep.
Tommy, real quick, we haven't even hit on the spread yet, and we'll really dive deep in tomorrow's show. But the books and BetMGM, they have the Thunder by almost 10, and depending on what book you're looking at. But let's use 9 as a universal number, or 9.5. Tommy, that seems like a lot of points for an NBA Finals game. Is it too much in your mind?
I think it is too much. I think these guys are going to feel each other out. 9 points, giving the Pacers 9 points, that's a lot of points. And I know Oklahoma plays great D. 9 points is just a little too much for me. I think Halliburton, Siakam has been a beast throughout these whole playoffs. What a player he turned out to be. I think 9 points is just a little too much for game one.
Yeah, Siakam's number is only 19.5. Seabass, the entire playoffs, the sports books, when the Pacers have gone on the road, have made them significant underdogs, and they're doing it again here. Are we just completely missing the boat on how good this Pacers team is?
In those other series, yes. In this one, I don't think so. I mean, this line was, if you look at the Thunder, I didn't think Minnesota was going to get blown out almost every single game, and we talked about it last week. And I was like, no, this line is it's got to be a little bit closer. And the Thunder just put a hurting on people. That defense is tough to score on. I don't know that Halliburton's going to get the looks that he was getting in some of these other series, or that openness to the basket. I think 9 is a good number here, actually.
I should have written this down. Yeah, Raphael, go. 20 seconds.
The reason why Pascal not his numbers are low is because Torture Chamber is probably going to guard him, and he bothered Ant-Man all game long.
He did, Mr. Dort. He couldn't hit a shot, but he could certainly play some defense, no doubt about it. I saw some ridiculous stat, and I should have re-looked it up, of how many games this year the Thunder have won by double digits. It's something like 60, or over 60, which makes sense why the books would put this number right below 10. Because when they win, 75% of the time they win by double digits. So there you go. Coming up on the other side, we're having a really fun day today, aren't we? On the other side, little Marky Model will join us with a futures ticket on tonight's series that starts in Edmonton, Florida, and Edmonton. Also, lines move. We've got that covered too. This is Coach and Company, live as always, right here on Stadium. All right, we continue on, you degenerates, on our YouTube channel all throughout the hour. Yesterday, if you didn't know, the Rockies stopped their record-breaking streak of 22 series in a row losing. Raphael, how shocking that it went that long or that it finally stopped at 22.
I think it might be the curse of us because we made Detroit seem like they were going to win the World Series and they lost yesterday as well. So things happen in baseball. You think you're going to have a really, really long streak or maybe this team might be the worst team in baseball. And then all of a sudden they win a series. They can go for a sweep today, but it's Kyle Freeland Day. They ain't sweeping.
And last night, another record-breaking number, guys. 137 people watched that game in Miami. 137. Tommy, we have more people on the show than watched the game last night in person.
Oh,
how bad is it down there?
God, that's just horrible. Are you serious?
137. That's what I saw.
Oh my God! Just tap out now, guys.
It looked like 137. Seabass, right now you can't even tell your friends you're going to a Marlins game.
No.
Hey, what are you doing tonight?
Three of my coworkers are in Miami right now. I should tell them go to you get in for free.
They're handing out free tickets.
Just go sit in the stadium.
Oh my God! AEW is doing the same thing. They're giving away tickets for their big event in July in the Dallas area. They're going to events giving away tickets.
Wow.
For your, can you imagine WWE giving away WrestleMania tickets?
Never.
Maybe soon.
Yeah.
Little too soon there, Raphael. Damn.
I was just trying to go viral.
Yeah, apparently so. Raphael said that WWE's giving away tickets.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Twitter is just the cesspool of
everything.
Humanity. Oh my God. If I didn't have these brands, I wouldn't even have Twitter. I don't mind Instagram. Instagram seems like the people are a little bit better over there. But Twitter, oh good Lord.
Yeah, it's like Twitter, then Instagram, and Facebook is where all the nice people live.
That's why you don't have a Facebook account. We're back in 5 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Coach and Company live on the Stadium Network, Prime Video, Direct TV. You know what time it is. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we're going to lock in all of our best bets for the day. Do not forget weekday wagers today with Big Chuck in the house at 2 p.m. Eastern time. But we have another little segment here. And sometimes when we have let's say our smaller handicappers at Coach and Company want to drop by, we treat them special in a little something we like to call Little Marky Motto in Baby Bets.
Little Marky Model's taking the Florida Panthers to win the Stanley Cup at plus 105. The Panthers are winning the Stanley Cup, and if you don't see it, go sit in a timeout, my friend. Bob Roski's out here playing goalie like it's John Wick 4. Barkov stealing pucks like it's Bluey's heist episode. In the Panthers' depth, bro, it's deeper than a ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. Edmonton might have McDavid, but Florida's got grown men with cup scars. This ain't pretend. This is a dynasty. And when they lift that cup, you better believe someone's getting juice spilled on their Oilers jersey.
What? I had to cut that off. I had to cut it off. Did he just say ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese?
That's where he likes to hang out, Coach. I don't know.
I thought the dad jokes were bad with you, but now we got little Marky Model throwing out dad jokes in his segment standing on skates as an 8-month-old.
The only thing better would have been if he slip.
Took a hot slap shot.
Wouldn't that have been funny? Wouldn't that have been funny?
I was waiting for him to fall.
Right.
Oh my
This on
gosh.
the Oilers jersey.
All right. So all kidding aside, little Marky Model, what was the pick, Mark?
We're going with the Florida Panthers to win the series at plus 115. They're just poised to take this one. I look for them to repeat. I think that Edmonton, and that's not taking away anything from Edmonton. Edmonton, I think you have a fantastic team. I just think Florida's better.
Hey, we just heard your take. We don't need. Oh, sorry, that was not your take, Raphael. We just heard 2 takes. Plus 115, Florida Panthers. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was on the Oilers bandwagon going into this series, but now moving it to minus 130 as a series price for Oilers, I'm looking at Florida. I might just maybe see who wins game 1 and go for the adjusted series price because you can get a really nice number on Florida if Edmonton wins game 1.
Tommy, in the Northeast, when the Rangers or the Islanders or the Devils or the Bruins get eliminated, does anybody care in New York about hockey?
No, nobody cares. And since the Panthers beat the Rangers last year, and I worked those games, that team, they are dogs, man. And I think they're
Yeah.
going to win the Stanley Cup. They can hit you. They could be physical. They could be finesse. Kachuk is unbelievable. I think they're going to beat the Oilers. I think it should be a good series, but the Panthers are one smooth team, man. They can beat you either way, physically or outskate you.
I remember when you texted me about after Tommy gets to work a lot of big games at Madison Square Garden. There's nobody that runs a ship like Tommy. But you get in front of these really good games, and you're like, "Hey, coach, I'm doing the Rangers game." I'm like, "Holy criminy!" And I remember you telling me about the Panthers. Like, man, these are big, strong, fast dudes.
And they were cocky too, boy. They got in the dressing room and said, "Well, what's the big deal about Madison Square Garden?" Because they were in awe of being in the Garden and going in the dressing room. We got them. And it was like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing, man. It was great stuff.
All right, let's wrap this up. Mark, coming back to you. What's the model saying about this entire game tonight?
Well, I was just going to say, I was fortunate enough last night to be able to do a Game 1 preview with Robbie Hockey, which is also up on Coach and Company. So make sure you check that out. The model loves Florida by a slight edge to win Game 1.
Raphael, what do you make of Mark using his on-camera time to promote himself?
So that's how it rolls right now, because they have Big Chuck on the show, and I have 0 announcers on the show. So, hey.
What did you just say?
I said Big Chuck's been on the weekend wagers, and I've been on 0 times. So, 0 changes. No show for me.
Hey.
Let's lock it in, please. Let's lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less, 1 or 2 nuggets is all that we need. I'm scared to do this, but Raphael, start us off, big boy.
I like to listen to you speak right now and laughing at the same time, but I'm going with the Cubs team total over 4.5 tonight. They've just been rolling, averaging 5.8 runs per game this year. Number 1, tied with the Dodgers. And then we're going to take road team runs over home team runs, minus 120 in baseball. Yesterday, the road team outscored the home team 73-53, and they've won back-to-back times too.
All right, very good. Big Chuck. Even sent in a play, even though he's not on the show. We're going to go a little Nations League today. Germany and Portugal. We're going to go Portugal over 4.5 quarters. Portugal comes in averaging 5.8 corners per match during international play. And if you were watching live the entire hour, hashtag it pays to watch live, you heard the nuggets on money coming in on Germany from Raphael as well. Big Tommy C, what do you got?
Looks like everybody's believing with me, Coach. Thunder Pacers under total points, 231 minus 108. This is going to be a great opening series of the game, and everybody seems going my way. Big Tommy C is moving lines, kids.
Damn, I never thought we would say that on my bingo card. Did not have it. Boom! Big Tommy C moves lines. All right, Seabass, big boy, coming over to you.
Yep. MLB, we're going to take the Oakland A's today. Their team total for the first 5 innings to go over 2.5 runs, going up against Zebby Matthews of the Twins. This guy's given up 10 runs in his last 3 starts. So first 5 over 2.5. And then in the Giants game, we're going to go the other way. We're going to take their team total for the game under 3.5. They've gone under in 9 of their last 10. And Nick Pivetta is just a beast at home with a 1.7 ERA.
Oh, very, very good. And Mark, I mean, it is your show. What is our JTS play of the day?
Coach, we're going to start off with St. Louis pitcher Miles Mikolas to throw at least 1 walk. He's done it in 9 of his last 11 starts, and he's done it in every home game this season where he's throwing 2 per game. We're going to pair that with New York Yankee Paul Goldschmidt to get at least 1 hit. We're riding his streak. He's hot right now, hitting 8 of his last 10 games and 3 of his 4 against Cleveland. He loves this matchup at home. Put them both together for a plus 120, just a Stat Sports play of the day.
And come be a part of what we're doing. QR code's right there on the screen. BTT30 is the code. And we're going to give you 30 days for free to check out the entire website. Then after that, all I want to hear from you is thank you. Raphael, make me smarter.
going out west. We're going to take the San Diego Padres are 9-1 in their last 10 games against division opponents. And you know what? They're 16-4 in their last 20 games against National League teams.
Wow, 2-1, 16-4 in their last 20 games against National League teams. Wow. By the way, I would never do this, but sometimes you got to call out what you consider to be, OG fans, right? Big Cheesy, we've known Big Cheesy for a while, have we not? Yeah, I won a Super Bowl bet against him a year and a half ago. Did I? Yeah, yep. That's true. So he says in the chat, Coach, is that you? I guess teasing that I actually have big-time organizations that would like me to work for them. But if you guys noticed, Big Cheesy was on the Gram or Twitter putting out picks, Raphael, at the San Francisco Giants game the other day. Saw his face for the very first time, Raphael. So now I believe Big Cheesy is trying to audition to take one of your seats. That's what it felt like to me. Anybody else?
Well, when you're going to Giant games, you have to do picks because the Giants ain't winning. You got to spare the time somehow.
I was just going to say, yeah, they lost to my Padres. So thanks, Big Cheesy.
Yeah, way to go, Big Cheesy. And he was
like, I
mean, he was serious too. He was like, I think it was an under in the first 3. Like he went next level. You got my attention. You have to go through my school, but you got my attention. It's okay. It's okay. Gentlemen, well done today. Well done on an F Day Rant Wednesday. If you missed any of this show, you can watch it on demand on our Coaching Company YouTube page. Weekday wagers today at 2 p.m. Eastern time as well. Producer man, you know what time it is. Give me that one shot. It's time for all of you to go out into the world, to be nice to one another, be kind to each other, and understand there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man, Raphael, Big Tommy C, Seabass, Mark, Little Marky Model, Producer Man, Intern Dan, everybody. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day, and having fun at Coach and Company right here on Stadium. Have a great day.